I'm going to start by telling y'all a story. This is not a true story, so let's call it a parable. Does that sound good? It's not fable, it's not. Whatever. I've been in youth ministry for, I don't know, quite a few years. Started in college, and I've just kind of always been in doing ministry stuff and whatnot. And over that time, you are ministering to like high school kids, and then you get older, and then they get older, and they grow up as you grow up, and things kind of get a little weird sometimes. You're like, oh yeah, like you're all grown up now. It's kind of a weird moment to look back. I had these two youth group kids. We'll call their names Sam and Keegan.
So wait, is this the big part?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just really selling it. So Keegan, let's say he great youth group kid, just a very receptive youth group kid, wanted to like just always hungry for more, working at a car wash, okay? So making minimum wage car wash, but he's high school kid, and he's doing his thing and coming to youth group, good kid. And then I have car troubles. Okay, I have a really dingy car. I was working in youth ministry, making like $20,000 a year, because that's how it goes when you work ministry. Okay, so my car goes out, and I don't have a car. Okay, so this kid Keegan, he works at a car wash. He loves his car, but he's making minimum wage. Doesn't have a lot of money. Hears about my situation, and he's got like $1,000 in the bank, and he goes and he buys himself a car. And he gifts me his car that he has, okay? And I'm like, whoa, dude, what are you doing? That's like a very generous gift. He's like, I'm so grateful for what you've done and spoken into my life. And I wanted to give you this as a way of like just saying thank you. And I know you have a need. I've got a new car. It's not that good, but it's fine. I can run it through the car wash. It'll be fine, okay? So like an incredible gift, right? I have that car for 6 months, and then it dies, okay? All of a sudden, I'm without a car again, okay? Now, I know it's funny, because you guys actually have stories that are kind of similar to this. Okay? Well, I'm like, all right, Lord, what am I going to do? What's going to happen? I have this other youth group kid that I was pouring into several years earlier, right? He's grown up now, and he's doing his own thing, being a car salesman, okay? He's knocking out of the park. He's like really built for sales, and he is just crushing it. And he's got several cars of his own, because that's the world he's in. He's doing it, and he knows what to do. He knows how to make all the plays. He hears about my predicament of not having a car, right? So then he goes and he gets me like well, not brand new, but it was much newer, much nicer car, right? And he gives it to me. He says, hey, I heard about your predicament. I'm incredibly grateful looking back on the years that you were pouring into me, and I wanted to give you this car. And I said, dude, wow, that's like a really nice car. Are you sure this is crazy? And he goes, oh yeah, don't worry about it. Like I got several cars, it's no sweat. I said, oh, okay, thanks. I got a car, that's wonderful. And I got a car. End of parable, okay, or fable, or whatever you want to say. My question to you is, which gift had more value? Which gift had more value? To me, it would be the first one, right? Because that one was costly. The heart and the gift behind it, it wasn't a no-sweat offering. It wasn't just a giving out of the abundance. It wasn't... I was, grateful, and it was a very generous gift. But the heart behind it was not as great as the heart behind the first car. You see what I mean? And the Lord's been teaching me about sacrificial giving, specifically with my time. And so that's what I guess I want us to focus in on this morning is we only get this side of heaven to give the Lord a sacrificial gift. After this is all over, we move on to the next act of the play. It's not going to cost us like it is now to be with the Lord, to spend time with the Lord, to seek his face and to worship him, right now is the only time we have the option to give in a sacrificial way. It's the only time now that we get to give that first kind of a gift, one that's costly, one that shows a deeper sense of gratitude to our God. And for me, these past couple of weeks, it's been around time. It's not been around money. It's been around my time. You can always make more money, give more money. The Lord can give more money. But time is a finite thing for us. We only have so much time and attention and focus that we can put in one place at a time. And so when we spend it on him, when we spend it outside of Sundays, when we spend it in the early mornings, when we spend it by coming to the Wednesday nights and the Friday mornings, when we spend it in a way where it feels like I shouldn't have to give this, but I get to, those are very fragrant offerings, right? Mary that poured out the oil at Jesus' feet, she gave an incredibly sacrificial gift. Did she have to do that? No. But it wasn't just the actual monetary value of the gift, but it was the heart behind giving something that wasn't being asked of her. And so in the craziness of life and seasons and how much time we have, I thought it was going to slow down after the holiday season. Nope, first fruits. I thought it was going to slow down after first fruits. Nope. It's not slowing down. And we got all kinds of things. But that pressure or that amount of things going on, it makes all the moments that I do have to myself that much more important and valuable of a gift that I can give over to the Lord. You tracking with me? Mark 12, verse 41. And he sat down opposite the treasury and watched the people putting money into the offering box. Many rich people put in large sums, and a poor widow came and put in 2 small copper coins, which makes a penny. And he called his disciples to him and said to them, "Truly I say to you, this poor widow has put in more than all those who are contributing to the offering box. For they all contributed out of their abundance, but she, out of her poverty, has put in everything she had, all she had to live on." My encouragement and my challenge to you is to consider how much of the Lord, or how much of your time are you giving to the Lord? I promise you, the more of your time that you give over to him, the more he's going to be in your life. The more abundant your life is going to be. The more you are tuning in to that radio station of doing life with the Lord, of being in prayer with him, of bringing him into what he's given you, your life, your daily life. The more that you welcome him into that space, the more it's a much greater, sweeter offering. And I'm not saying this because it's like, oh, it's going to bless you more. It will. But it's only because you get more of him. So with that, let's give the Lord a sacrificial offering of our time and our attention this morning. Does that sound good? All right, let's go pray it up.
Come on, let's give it a P. What a great word.